I'm on the precipice of reckless, and I know it. And yet, I'm supposed to tell you about the womb room, to write about how it felt to be born for the first time, and the second, and the last or most recent. Did you know that our cells are regenerated every 7 years? That there are 2,555 days, give or take a few, in the span of time it takes for the skin to renew? Of course, time is just a construct, but growth is not, and oh, how I have grown. 2,555 times that I have tasted you on my breath and smelled you on my breasts, and today I lay it all to rest. 2,555 sunrises and sunsets have painted over the skin I'm in, and suddenly, without notice, I've slipped into something more comfortable, into the sleeves of someone new and tastes that do not taste like you. To fresh light, like I was never meant to circle the sun anyway, so why do I count the passing of its shadows as any indication of longevity when I am long and I am levity? I am 7 years old, and I am 29 years old, and I am 2,555 days closer to my infancy and 2,555 days closer to my demise. Do you see these eyes? These eyes were blue the first time I opened them as they grazed the ceiling of my mother's pelvis in my parents' room. They searched for shapes and light in the shadow of my sister's dewy face and did not notice the absence of my father's haunt. And that had nothing to do with you. That was just the first time that I was born. 2,555 days later, a gappy grin amongst a gaggle of children packed in the back of a silver Lastro van like a can of sardines, and I'm the one stuck in the middle, oblivious to the way my little sister has learned to spell no with her body before her words, to the way my father picks her up and swallows her down. To me, the whole world is still new. Time number 2. 2,555 days later, a woman named Pat gives me a pink stuffed pig on my way out the door from the 3rd floor. And as I turn in my gowns, I pretend I've forgotten what a frown feels like when it's pressed onto my face like ink to a page. Those blue eyes no longer blue, but shades of brown, subdued. I checked myself out of there only to concede what I thought were just words. I love you. Turns out, the child I miscarried was myself. Though you'd think that 2 flights of stairs, hours of silent sobbing, and weeks of starvation would have killed anything, I still gave birth. And then, it took 2,555 more days to bury that babe cold and start anew. And that's about the time that I met you. Once again, I enter the womb room. 2,555 days later, I know that I must either rest or rot. After all, there is no rebirth without death, and I choose to be born amphibious with skin that sheds and breathes and bleeds after all. This is why I believe in tattoos, because there is nothing else that stays with you forever. 2,555 days later, and still no closer to being fully alive, I recite this poem and death becomes me. I recite this poem and life becomes me. I recite this poem and still, it has nothing to do with you.